Welcome on in to NorCal Sports Network. I think everybody knows what just happened in the Giants game. Man. I mean, they were snake bit versus the Diamondbacks. I don't know what you call. It's not a snake. What's a Rocky? How do you get cursed against the Rockies? I don't know. Crazy game. I mean, we'll get into it. Dan is driving home right now. He'll be on here in about 4 or 5 minutes, and so we'll be able to weigh in on this one. But boy, another gut punch. I mean, you start thinking, the Giants are ahead most of the game. It's a little too close for comfort, for being at Coors Field, but they held on, and then they tacked on an extra couple of runs, and you're thinking, oh, all right, 6-3, here we go. And this is what happens at this ballpark. No lead is safe, and the bullpen just gave it up. They couldn't hold it. The Giants bullpen continues to be their major issue at this point. They solved the third base coaching issue. That was the previous main problem, or one of their biggest problems. And now I guess the bullpen is what's going to have to be addressed. So, that was a rough one. I think overall the Giants played a pretty decent game. The offense was there. They were hitting sac flies. They had 3 or 4 sac flies in the game, and they weren't getting the hit with runners in scoring position, but at least they were getting the run over to third and getting them in, which is unusual for the Giants. So the offense really wasn't the story tonight as far as what lost the game for this team. It was the bullpen. Dallas seems happy. They weren't completely inept tonight, so that does make me a little bit happy. I'm not completely depressed that they didn't show up. They didn't score. They scored runs in the 8th and the 9th inning. When was the last time the Giants even scored a run after the 6th inning? I can't remember when that's happened. They don't score late in games. So the fact that they added on was good, but then they give up 5 runs in the 9th inning, and that's all she wrote. But and it happened fast. It was not like there was even time to have second thoughts about their the bullpen to bring in somebody else. You think, okay, Killian can get this done, nope. The ball down the line, is it fair? Is it foul? And it was hit so towering high that it was over the foul pole, and there was no way to review it and say that it was foul. So, crazy. Tovar's, that was his second home run of the game. So, I mean, he carried the team and got the job done. So, man, the Giants, you think they're going in to play the Rockies. You think that, they might be able to, against a team that's not very good, might be able to get back on the right track, feel good, win. Nope. It's just more devastation, more ways to be snake bit. They didn't have any business losing this game, and they still found a way to do it. So the bullpen, that's the next thing that has to be addressed. I mean, they just keep running out whoever. Sometimes tonight you had Gage come in after Webb, then you had Peguero, then you had Eric Miller. It was fine. Wynn gave up a couple of runs. He's been kind of a late inning guy. And then Killian, who's been solid for the first start of the year, has now worked his earned run average up to a 4 ERA. And he's not the guy, He's not the guy anymore. You can't keep going to him in those situations because since he started out with, a 1 earned run average and was pretty good at the beginning of the year, he has continued to come on and show that he's not quite up to the task. Young guy. Yeah, I'm sure that he has a bright future ahead of him, but the high leverage situations, we're going to have to find someone for that role. And I don't know if that person has stepped up yet. Early in the year, you thought Eric Miller was that guy. And since his injury, he came back. He has not been solid. He threw a 0 up on the board tonight. Maybe he's starting to get back on track, but that's a question mark. You don't know about him. Wynn, gave up couple of runs tonight. He's been okay, but I don't know if he's the guy. I don't know who the guy is at this point. I don't. Maybe Foley has to come back and be really, really good, and he can be that guy, but I don't know. It hasn't been Gage. It hasn't been Peguero. It hasn't been Miller. It's not Killian. Who is the guy? Who is it?
I
don't know.
Have one.
Dan, you got the wrong hat on.
I know. I just wore it today because I'm in Arizona. I like the Diamondbacks, and I got to like somebody, man. How do I like this team? Jeez. I mean, oh, my goodness, Dallas. Goodness gracious, what the heck happened tonight? An implosion of all implosions. Robert says, Dan, we need solutions. Guess what, Robert? There are none. I told you this team might go down as maybe the worst team in San Francisco Giants history. It is bad. And I told you the other day, it's going to get worse before it gets better. This is just, ineptitude. And I blame it primarily right now. I blame it on Buster Posey. He did not address the bullpen. He thought the bullpen was fine. And you think you can go with a bunch of nobodies in your bullpen and say you're going to be fine when you knew, look, you had the whole second half of the season last year when you traded your bullpen away. You saw what happened. And Buster.
Dan, I'm going to hang you out to dry here for a minute and got to run downstairs, but I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. No problem, guys. Hey, sorry I was late. I was out tonight. I do have a life other than NorCal Sports Network, believe it or not, and the Giants. So, the Giants just, they went up. It was 1-0, and then the Rockies tied it. And Giants go up 3-1, and then 4-1. And you're thinking, wow. And then they go then it's 4-3 after the Tovar 2-run blast in the 8th. And you're thinking, oh, good thing they got that 4th run, right? You're thinking they got the 4th run, so they still got a 1-run lead. And then they go add 2 on in the top of the 9th. And you're thinking, is it enough? And then, the 9th inning, boom, 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 boom. Just like, or was there one more boom in there? There was boom, boom, boom. The Goodman 3-run homer, and then it was another hit, boom, and then boom, the winner. So look, Giants, they're now 22-35, 13 below 500. If they get swept this weekend, they will have the worst record in all of baseball, at least the National League for sure. I'm not sure what's going on in the American League as far as, how the Angels are still doing. We'll look at that later, the standings. But, Giants lose it. And Gravy, you're right. We knew it could happen in Coors Field, man. They say no lead is safe. And I'll tell you, I predicted the Rockies to win 2 of 3 because they got, blitzkrieged on the road trip, and they come home and they were kind of shut down for 7 innings, right? And they wake up in the 8th and 9th. And I'll tell you what, this leads into tomorrow now, guys. This is going to lead into tomorrow, this type of loss. This is kind of like the Knicks, Cavs, game 1. Knicks were down 22 at home to the Cavs, game 1. And the Cavs royally choked. The Knicks come back, storming back, and Knicks take game 1, and the series was over. Now, baseball's a little different in that, a great pitching outing can change the next day. But generally, like when the Giants lost game 6 in the 2002 World Series, did anybody really have much hope that they were going to win game 7 against Anaheim? I sure didn't. It was
I don't know.
Well, you have
the air was kind of let out of the balloon a little bit, but I gave him kind of a 50-50 shot, I think.
Well, yeah.
But I'm a homer.
But you're a
what
homer.
Do I know?
You got a little CTE developing in 2000.
Even back then, it was starting to form.
Starting to form. Now it's just, what are we going to do with Dallas, man?
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, you gave up the home run. It was almost a foul ball. It could have gone either way. It happens, but positives from the game. Webb came in, pitched good. 4 innings, gave up, the pitch got up to 86 pitches. So they had to pull him. He was going to go between 4 to 6 innings tonight, but depending on the pitch count, because he's, has to ramp back up again.
Right.
But he was fine. All his stuff was working. Even at elevation there, I thought that his stuff looked pretty good. Got 5 Ks in 4 innings. A good outing from Webb. So that was good to see that he's back, and hopefully his legs feeling okay. So that was good. And then the other thing, bright spots. Eldridge,
yeah,
had a hit, a double, and 2 walks.
Yeah.
And then, just the team with 3 sack flies. You don't ever see this team actually get the run in when they have the opportunity to. So that was good to see. But
3 sack flies, and then Adames, Eldridge, and Susac. And then Susac also had another sack, right? I think sack bunt. Didn't he? Am I recalling that? Didn't he have 2 sacks? He had sack fly and
I think he did, yeah.
Now, here's the thing that I wanted to when I watched the first run of the game, I think it was the second inning for the Rockies, bottom of the second. Yeah, there was 2 out. Trying to remember, they got a back-to-back hits, I think, and first and third, 2 out. And one of the things I loved what the Rockies did is they put on a steal play, and they threw down to Arise, who, I get it, if you're going to put a play on, but he was already behind second. He came running up and caught the ball just in front of the bag. It's almost a throw to second. The Rockies, man, what a great play. I would bet my last dollar that the Giants would never do a play like that. Giants have 14 stolen bases all year, Dallas. And look what speed does. It changes a game. That was a big run when you look at it, because that one run they scratched across made it, where they tied it 6-6. Honestly, I was in the car and heading home, and I was just trying to get things up and going, and I looked at my phone and it said 8-6, and I'm like, somebody hit a home run. And I was like, I thought if I race home fast enough, so it's about 10 minutes from home, I can see the extra innings. I thought, we're going to extras now. And no,
I thought so too, but wasn't meant to be. They just got the job done right there.
Man, that's a momentum builder for a lousy, bad young team at home. Now they come back tomorrow, and is tomorrow another 5:40 game? Let me take a peek here. Come on.
The world can proclaim
zero consequences. I got
tomorrow
my phone
is
6:10. Oh,
our time.
a later game.
Yeah.
6:10.
Half hour.
Okay. 6:10, and then Sunday we go into June. We haven't even hit our June swoon yet. 12:10 on Sunday. Okay.
Yep. And we have tomorrow our ace, Adrian Hauser, versus Ryan Feltner.
Our ace. Wow. Hey, yeah, guys, smash that like button if you would. That would be great. Appreciate that. Hold on one sec. I was just looking. The thumbnail you put together, Dallas, nice one.
That was not knowing the outcome of the game. That was
we usually do one late.
Ago.
Yeah. But yeah. All right. Not bad. I like it. All right. So we we'll have to pull up the standings here in a little bit and see how bad this is getting. But what do you think, Dallas? We had our
and then also, before I forget, Jung Lee had a fantastic game. 4 for 5. He made 2 outstanding catches in the outfield. Well, one he caught it and then rammed into the wall. That was a good one. Then there was another play where he loses the ball in the lights and then recovers, falls on his butt and in the grass, and still somehow manages to catch the ball. And so 2 innings in a row, he made a good play. So, yeah, he should be leading off. Someone just said that. Oh, Johnny Chisari. But yeah, Lee looked like he hadn't lost a step after being out for a couple of weeks. So
yeah,
that was good to see because he brought some energy for sure early in the game.
No doubt. 4 hits. He looked good. I'm just trying to check and see what we got in the chat right now. We've got 176 watching. How many likes do we got? We got 41 likes. That's a good 135 no likes yet. So go ahead, and what are you waiting for? Put the likes on, guys. Let's jump these likes up to 100. Let's push this show. Oh, let's do a new record in likes. Let's do 150 plus likes, and let's get this show out to 2,000 plus views on this show.
Let's get on the front page of YouTube.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, let's get it going, everybody, because I'm telling you, we got it here at NorCal Sports Network. I'm just telling you, our viewers, we had a view. I wish I can show it to you. Wait, I'll show it to you on my text screen here. Let me pull it up here. And I might be able to, wow, where is that text? It came in today. I get so many. Here we go. Here's the text. Let's see if we can load it. Look at this text. There's the text from the other night. Can you read the text?
Prediction: Borg isn't the third base coach. I don't know, something about Borg.
Borg isn't the third base coach in Colorado and beyond. Wotus, interim third base coach. That was Wednesday night, guys.
Who said that?
That was Aaron. Aaron lost.
Aaron lost. Called it. Nailed it.
Right here, NorCal Sports Network, guys. We call it. Our chat is the number one chat out there. We don't accept too many casuals. We have a few, and they're welcome. Casuals are welcome, but we got pretty solid people.
That's pretty good.
We get some
but
people.
Also, good decision too. It takes a little bit of guts to say, "Hey, sorry, we screwed that one up. We were trying something, didn't work, and we're going to switch gears here." Because the longer you go with that, you keep doubling down on your same bad decision, then you're just going to lose more games. So,
yeah, I mean,
I'm glad they made the move.
They got rid of Borg, but that's not why they've lost 30.
No,
what 35 games now? 22
right.
and 35.
But they do have scapegoats. They got rid of Walker.
Yeah, there's one.
He was the problem. They got rid of Bailey. 2. He was the problem.
Borg.
They got rid of Borg. Now, who's the next scapegoat we need? We need someone else that we are going to blame.
Let's see. How's that for a law firm? Borg, Walker, and Bailey, or Walker, Bailey, and Borg? No, Borg,
Walker, Bailey, Borg.
Walker and Bailey and Borg. I like Borg, Walker, and Bailey. I don't know what however you want to do it, but that is a law firm right there. Hey, surprise, Johnny blames Adamas. What do you know?
Well, he was 0 for 4, and he did knock in how to sack fly. So
he did deep something. To center. That was their first run of the game, right? He blasted that.
That was
center.
A bomb, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one where Eldridge got the double down the line. The next batter sack fly, deep fly ball to center, got Eldridge to third. I can't remember who hit that.
And then and Devers got AT&T'd at Coors Field, where he hit it. He thought it guaranteed home run, and then it bounced off the wall. It should have probably been a triple, even for a slow person, and he gets a double.
He's probably saying, get me out of the National League West. How did I go from Yankee Stadium, Fenway with the pesky pole and the green monster, Baltimore, a beautiful ballpark, Tampa, a little dome, easy to hit in that ballpark, and then Toronto, another dome. He goes, I go to the two biggest ballparks in Colorado and the Giants. And
Devers got a triple on that, E. Miller?
I think he did. I think he did get a triple.
Oh, okay. My bad. I thought he ended up at second. I'm wrong.
If Dom Peralta is out here, is Dom out here? We got to pull up.
Let me issue a personal apology to Rafi Devers. I'm sorry that I shortchanged you on the triple.
All right, this could be epic, guys. This could be epic. Let's listen to Jack. I got to listen to this. This is going to be entertainment galore here on NorCal Sports Network via the Giant Hot Takes podcast. Let's hear it.
Fucking show.
What a fucking shit show. What a fucking shit show. What a shit show the San Francisco Giants are. They go into the ninth inning, 3-run lead. Blow it all, 5 runs. Thank you. Don't blame Caleb Cohen. You can blame Caleb. The guy fucking sucks. Thank you, Buster Posey. Thanks, Buster. They invested $2 million in this bullpen. They blow. Look at Bryce Eldridge. Guy needs to request a trade. Get out of here, dude. You deserve so much better than this. These guys are fucking clowns. Every single Buster Posey should be fired by. I don't want him in that draft room. I don't want him on that draft room on July 11th. On July 11th, Conor McGregor will fight. Looking forward to that. Not going to watch this team play. Jake got it, birds.
I mean, we all saw it coming. Just hung another curveball. Same curveball that gets hit out by every player ever when you throw it down the middle. So I think just a great pitch to throw to really get out of the game at where the ball flies the most in the entire world. Just keep throwing curveballs down the middle. I mean, you got to stop throwing that fucking pitch. It's an awful pitch. I mean, it's like 76 down the middle. Has it ever worked in the history of the game? Nope. So he thinks it was going to work tonight and gives up 5 without even getting 3 outs. So
not once. I'm sitting here, got 2 other buddies here. Not once did Jake and I think they were going to win this fucking game. Not once. They looked at us crazy. I pre-fired that home run. You can fucking see on the start of that thing. This season is over. 13 below. Fucking A, Tony, go enjoy hanging out with Morgan Wallen tomorrow. This season's over.
Wow, I like his setup there. I think I got to get my TV mounted outside on the patio.
I got to get my TV mounted in this room. It's right in the other room. I've got 3 of them in the house. I only use 2, so this one out here, I need to move into the studio. That was too funny. Well, you all know that I don't really swear much, so once in a while I might slip something out. So I'll let Jack do that for me. NorCal. Oh,
it's Posey's fault because the bullpen, it's just a huge question mark coming in, and it's a huge question mark now. And no one has really stepped up. It's been a lot of hit and miss, and tonight was a miss. And we're seeing a lot of misses lately. We're seeing a lot of guys blow it. There's a lot of blame to go around in that bullpen.
They got this coming to them. I don't know what you do. I might try something a little, and I haven't thought this through, so give me a moment. This is probably not, I haven't thought this through at all. I'm just thinking off the cuff right now with everybody here. So this may be a bad take. Just prepare. I'm thinking, what could you do to get someone in the bullpen? And I'm thinking
Casey Schmidt. Wow, Dan, I didn't expect you to go
wasn't-
there.
I wasn't thinking that.
Crazy.
That's not bad. How about? I mean, Piguero looked pretty good tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Little wild, but he
A little wild.
he did
That's
fine.
his problem. All right. I don't know who you have. I mean, Foley's
He didn't walk
getting,
anybody, so I guess that's good. Did he hit
Foley's
somebody?
getting ready. I'd probably throw Piguero in there right now. He throws 102. You need somebody to throw some gas. Okay. I'm thinking a guy like a Will Bednar. He's
I'm down to try anything at this point.
throws
There's no
upper
one.
nine-
Who
upper
do you got?
90s.
You got Tristan Beck. You've got
no
Carson Wisenhunt.
No.
You don't have any options.
I
Carson
don't know.
Seymour.
No. Carson C last. How about Kaiwei Tang? He's been doing pretty good with Houston. Look at that one. I ripped on hit the highway Tang, and now Houston's turning him around. He's thrown like
Don't get Glenn started on that one.
11, 12 scoreless innings for Houston. I don't know. I don't know what they've got. I don't see anybody that can closing is a special, takes this type of person. Portland Pickles baseball game, way more exciting. Dom, we got to pull up I'm looking, hold on here. I'm going to pull up Dom Peralta's Nothing to Like. Look at this one here. Okay, here Buster's going to take some. Buster, where are you? We're not talking.
Maybe we can get Camilo Doval back.
Yeah.
At this point, we would be happy to have him.
A week ago, Buster said he didn't regret not signing a closer during the offseason.
He's only got a 5 ERA.
Oh, wait, some final thoughts. Did we hear this one? Is this the same one?
By Caleb Killian, their 13 games blow.
Oh, wait, this is
A little bit calmed down now. Got our
3 minutes ago.
Hot Takes post-game show as they blow another late one.
Oops. Hold on here. What do we lose here? We lost the
one in Colorado, give up a 5 spot. By Caleb Killian, they're 13 games below. By the end of the weekend, you should clear the house in that front office. You should fire Buster Posey. That's the first thing you need to do. Really sucks. He hasn't tarnished his legacy at all in San Francisco. For sure, still deserves a statue. Was awesome as a player. Dog shit as a president of baseball operations. I could spend an hour episode talking about how bad he's been and how bad he's ruined this team. But he seriously, outside of the Luis Ariz move, hasn't made a singular good move in that role. I mean, we could go down the list. The Devers trade in hindsight, awful. Everything else, awful. Bullpen, awful. He's got to go immediately. He's been terrible. And it's okay to admit that. If this was anybody else besides Buster Posey, say it's Farhan doing this and they're 13 names below, he'd probably be fired. So just because it's Buster Posey doesn't mean you have to keep him. It's my last Buster Posey rant. We'll always love Buster Posey, but Buster Posey, president of baseball operations, I absolutely hate. But behind him, that entire front office can go. Zach Manasian, no idea what the hell he actually does besides throw our managers under the bus. Just weird guy, not a fan of that guy. Wouldn't buy that guy a beer at a bar. Also awful. Out. With that, probably unfortunately got to fire Tony Vitello. I do think he might quit after the end of the year. That's my hottest take. I think he'll be back in Knoxville. I actually want to throw this out there. I start classes in Knoxville August 16th. I wonder who makes it there first, me or Tony. I'm going to say me, but
yeah, right.
Heartbreaker to ECU today. Going to the team, you need entire new outfield. Jung Hooley is pretty cool. You can play out that contract. You can keep him. You need a center fielder. You need a left fielder. You need a backup. Ramos doesn't really do anything. Harrison Bader sucks. Drew Gilbert, fine 4th, 5th outfielder, but just nowhere near good enough there. Going to the infield, trade Luis Ariz as soon as possible. Awesome player. You need to get as much as you can for that guy. He should be traded on Sunday if there's a guy that wants him. Rafael Devers, if there's a team that wants that contract, I don't think Rafi's been that bad in San Francisco. Certainly not good enough. You could give him away for free if you want. Try to get a prospect back. love Rafael Devers again. Like, I'd love if he could hit 4 for the next 8 years, but it doesn't make sense to pay a guy that much money to be 13 games below. So try to get out of that deal, play Eldridge there every day. Adames, probably stuck there. Phantom I hate watching him play. Try to get Adames out of there. Probably not looking towards a straight DFA yet. If any team's idiotic enough to take him, take him. Matt Chapman, if there's any team willing to take on 50% of that deal, get him done, get him out tonight. Yeah, this whole thing needs to be redone. Hopefully I get to eat these words and get to clip this in September. If you're not going to, I'll stop you right there. But get Matt Chapman. You can probably look to a Matt Chapman outright DFA as soon as halfway through next year. But these guys suck. They're not leaders. Sad time to be a fan. So that's my last rant tonight.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, Buster Posey's not going anywhere. It's
unfortunately,
it's premature. It's silly. It's not going to happen. So, I mean, people overreact over a loss, and a bad start to the season for sure. But you know, he went cheap on the team. That's what happened. He didn't invest in the bullpen, and they're paying the price for it.
Yeah,
and it doesn't help that his 3 big contracts got off to a really slow start. So yeah, it's a tough breaks for Buster, but now we get to see him go into, you know, if things continue on this road trip, if they have a bad road trip, then that's going to pretty much seal the deal for this season, and it's going to be into sell mode, and we're going to see if he can move some people and make some good decisions for the future. I think we can all agree he did good on the Camilo Doval and Tyler Rogers trades at the end of last season. At the trade deadline, he moved those guys once he said, you know what, we're not going to make it. And he moved those players, and they got a lot of prospects, Drew Gilbert and Blade Tidwell and Parks Harbor and a bunch of guys. So
yeah, are any of these guys?
Those weren't even big names. Those were relievers that they're just relievers.
Are any of them difference makers, though, Dallas? Any of these guys? I mean,
we don't know, but you don't know yet.
Your difference makers are, you know, Joshua Gonzalez is ranked 7th right now, top on the prospect list of the recent prospect list that came out with Keith Law and
yeah, I'm hearing he could become number 1 within the next year.
Yeah, he could be the number 1 prospect in all of baseball. He's special because he's younger than the other guys that are ahead of him, so they're going to graduate and he'll just keep moving up. So this is where you got to go. Gonzalez, Hernandez, Killian, maybe whoever they get, the 4th round pick. I don't know if they're going Jackson Flora this year, the pitcher out of Santa Barbara, or if they're going George Lombard Jr., the shortstop out of high school. A lot of people think the first 3 picks are going to be Chakowski and Emerson, the kid out of Texas, the left-handed hitter, high schooler, and then Vaughn Lackey, Georgia Tech catcher, is predicted to go number 3. He's
I think that might be who they end up with.
Who, the catcher?
People saying that, yeah.
Lackey.
Buster Posey's going to draft the next Buster Posey.
Depends on if he's at 3 or not. You know, if he's there at 4, I don't know. But they're going to get a solid player. If they go high school, then they're really looking at, you know, even more years. I just don't know who's the best out of Joshar, Luis, and Level. Sour Shoe says. Flashiest is probably Joshar. Probably the overall best hitter is probably going to be Luis Hernandez. My guess right now. Yeah, Vaughn Lackey, Dom says, is a baller. Yeah, we've got Dom's Nobody Likes It up there. Yeah, you can also come up with a second one, Dom. You can put Nothing to Like, from Nothing Like It to Nothing to Like. That would be another option, but I love the Nobody Likes It. It's pretty catchy. But this is going to be a very interesting offseason. Do we have anything from Tony yet on Twitter? Do we have any press conferences. I'm looking. Let's see if we can get KNBR out there. Do they have anything for Tony yet?
Rock bottom. There's a lot of rock bottoms. The bottom just keeps going down and down. You're at rock bottom, and then you keep digging, and there's more rocks.
That's Sports Leader. We got more people watching here than KNBR on YouTube.
Yes. What we need to invest in is an AM signal, Dan. We could.
Yeah. Boom. Yeah. AM signal. I'm just looking. I don't see anything. Okay. Borg out. Okay. I posted on this today. I was hoping, I think that is probably more likely than not that they will move on from him at third. I do think we're seeing signs that players don't trust him. Susan Slusser. I was hoping that it was Chapman she was talking about, but doggone it, it's Borg. Look, Borg
it's coming. Trust me.
Buster's got to be thinking to himself, what in the mess did I create? How do I get out of a mess? Does he dig? Sometimes when people dig a hole, they dig it deeper because they panic and they don't know what they're doing. And so they just keep if they don't have a plan, a master plan, it's called pick a lane, Buster. Hopefully you've picked the lane by now. You should have listened to me. That's right. Me. I'm going to toot my horn.
Yeah. And saying another good decision. Mally was told, hey, your hamstring's acting up. You're going to sit on the bench for a couple of weeks.
Can Chapman's hammy go out too? And Adamas's hammy? Look, this is the year of obliques, it seems like.
They can't do that because they have to be able to trade Chapman. So he's going to have to be in there every day.
Look,
but he's on his way out.
I knew the problem. I flipped out, absolutely flipped out when they signed Matt Chapman to a 6-year deal. I said, you are going to regret this deal immediately. You're not going to, you don't have to wait until years 4, 5, and 6. You're going to regret it. This guy has never won anything. And
in May of 2026, you're going to think this was really bad idea. Here we are.
I'm just telling you, man. Yeah.
No, you called it right. Yeah. I mean, that was a.
Yeah. This is another thing.
It makes total sense, though. I mean, we've talked about it back then. You got a guy that in Casey Schmidt that's a good defender at third base.
Yeah.
And he hits better than Chapman. It doesn't take much to hit better than Matt Chapman. The guy is a career 240 hitter, and he doesn't get the hits when they count, when the money's on the line. So
look at this. Look at this. Watch this. Hold on. Let me see if he answers to his new name. Bubba. Hey, Bubba. 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 Hey, you're no longer Buster. Bubba. Bubba. Come here, Bubba.
I don't think it's working.
Buster. He doesn't even want to be called Buster anymore. He says, just call me Bubba. I don't want to be Buster.
He says, call me when it's breakfast time.
Yeah, he's tired. He was alone tonight for a few hours, and when he's alone, he gets a little nervous, and then when we come home, he's exhausted because he's relaxed. There he is. He's moving positions. He's getting in the crouch. That's Bubba Cochimilio, formerly Buster Cochimilio. All the dogs named Buster are being changed to Bubba or, something. I can't change his name. He's Buster the player. If he was Buster the Pobo, oh boy, we would probably be in the Steve Martin movie. What did Steve Martin's dog's name in The Jerk? Do you remember that?
Oh, it's been too many years.
I think it was Shithead.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think so. But we don't call him that. You're a good boy.
Yeah, Dom's got it.
What's that? Yeah.
Dom's got it.
Yeah. You're a good boy, Buster. Come here. Hey, Bubba. Hey, Bubba. I don't know, man. And look at your dog right back there. That is not a Buster laying on the pillow. That is, hold on. Zach? No, not Zach. Come on. What's it start with?
M.
Z. Well, one of them starts with a Z, right?
One starts with a Z. And one
big
starts
one.
with an M.
The big one. That's the little one right there, right? On the pillow?
The big one right there.
The big one's on the pillow.
Yeah.
Max.
That's Max, yeah.
That's Max. He's the
Max.
Yeah, Max. Z. What was the one? Zeus? We got a picture.
Zeus, yeah.
Zeus. Zach Manason. Oh, there we go. There's Zeus. All right, there we go, Zeus. Zeus, you need a little bit. Ask your dad for a bigger pillow. Say, I need to stretch out. Yeah, look at how come Max gets a huge pillow and Zeus gets. Look at Max. He's got this.
Dog.
Yeah, but Zeus, man, he didn't even look at. He's half on, half off, man. All right, we're gonna have to give.
Pink little pillow.
We're gonna have to give Dallas a raise here, so Zeus can he can afford to get a pillow for Zeus. Hey, Zeus, it's not that bad, man. You could have been born Willie Adamas instead.
Cage.
Yeah, look at that, Zeus. It's not that bad. You could have been born Willie Adamas. Hey, Max, you could have been Matt Chapman, but now you got a much better life.
All right, I can go 2 cameras now.
What in the world? Hold on. Let me see that one more time. That freaked me out.
What? The 2 cameras?
Dallas is on the hot seat. He is suffering from
This camera is better than my iPhone camera is better than
Dallas.
my
Go easy
webcam.
on him. He's suffering from CTE. Dallas has Larry Bear
that was
syndrome.
just
He works for
disgraceful.
Greg Johnson. He's a full-time homer. He's on the Giants payroll. Dallas has CTE. Help him get free.
Whoops.
Dallas
Start over
is
again.
on
I
the
forgot
hot
to turn
seat.
it off. Whoop, there we go. We won't hear it again tonight, everybody. Dallas is actually getting healed of his CTE. He's starting to come to grips that he may be watching one of the worst teams that he's ever seen. They're just bad all the way around. Fundamentally, I mean, they find ways to lose. This is it's really sad because Tony really never got to get a really. Zeus is saying, "Get me out of here. I need to go to the bathroom." Does he bark when he has to go outside?
No, he doesn't. He's
Okay.
there's people out there talking, so he hears activity.
Mascador has a lot of respect for you. He sticks with the team. I guess he doesn't have much respect for me then. That's okay. I don't have any respect for me either right now. No, seriously, I really want the team to just implode at this point because I think when things get bad enough is when change happens, right? Change happens when things get bad enough. So, yeah, Tony hasn't even got a chance to show off his personality. Exactly. Yeah, you're exactly right in saying it's a good thing they lost today. We need change. And when this is why I think it would be fantastic. They've got 9 more games to go. They're 22-35. If they can get to 22-42 at some point, lose the next 7, which is possible if they lose the next 2 to Colorado. They go into Milwaukee for 4. If they can just be so dejected that they are the laughing stock of Major League Baseball nationwide, that all the energy is on San Francisco is negative, it might embarrass the ownership group enough to actually say, dang, we've got to pick a lane. We can't just try and patchwork this thing and go do, but what I'm afraid of is this team is stupid enough, the ownership, force Posey, go trade away some of our younger talent and get a star in here.
I don't think that's in the cards.
I hope they would be force that on.
Very surprised if that happens, and I don't see that.
Yeah, look where they were with Devers before he came. They were 41 and 31. Actually, they were 41 and 30, but they lost that Sunday afternoon to make it 41 and 31. They had Monday off. That was Father's Day. They had Monday off. They had a Tuesday night game at home in the clown uniforms. And they, I think they won that game that Tuesday night. I can't remember. I'd have to look back. But they went on to go 40 and 50 last year with Devers. Now they're 22 and 35. So that tells you what they are is they are 62 and 85 with Rafi Devers. 62 and 85. That is almost a full season, everybody. That's 147 games. They're 62 and 85, primarily with the unholy trinity or the Three Stooges, whatever you want to call them. Chapman, Adames, Devers. Look, I get on Devers for fun. Okay, it's called having a good time, because what else is there to talk about if we can't have fun with the whole Devers thing? But he's not as bad as Adames and Chapman, not even close. He's a respectable hitter, and look, I bet he's wanting out of here. I bet he is wanting out of here. What else we got in here? Devers trade blocked your number one prospect. Let your best young lefty in the league walk, and another outfielder in Tibbs go, their number one pick. Farhan actually had the team set up. Yeah. Both. They're what do you think Boston? What's the GM over there? What's his name? Breshner or Breshnahan or whatever his name is. What do you think he was doing? Yeah, I got some allergies stuff going on. In fact, I need to go take a couple of sinus pills real quick. When Dallas gets back, I'll do that. Getting into my chest here. What do you think Boston was doing when they got that trade of Devers accomplished and they realized Breslow? Yeah. What do you think he was doing getting rid of Devers? Do you think they were gloating, realizing they got out of that contract? Or do they miss Devers? Is Devers a better player in Boston? People in Boston seem to like him. Well, he grew up with Boston, right? Most fan bases like their people that they grow up with. Dom Peralta, exactly, salary dump. They wanted to go young. They signed Christian Campbell, their second baseman, to a longer-term deal, and he hasn't even panned out yet. And they've got Roman Anthony, a youngster, and I don't know. I don't know what this whole thing is. Hopefully Dallas will be back here shortly, because I got to go take these Allergy pills. Unless my wife is listening and she brings them to me. Yeah, they didn't keep the players they traded for. Yeah, they got rid of Tibbs. They got rid of Jordan Hicks. They got rid of Harrison. Yeah. Oh, interesting. I don't know if they've broken anything, but it would be great if they got rid of those clowns. Yeah, that's a great point, Marcus. They wanted to have a long contract. Farhan wasn't going to sign that deal, I don't think. It wasn't getting done. Buster stepped in. Look, when here's my take on Buster Posey. Great player, great human being. Nothing negative to say about Buster the man. I will tell you this, though. When he said at the press conference that he just took over at the last minute and that he really was just taking over at the and he really didn't have a real plan and all that. I think he knew maybe a year before he even took the job. He was in Atlanta, right? Somewhere outside of Atlanta, living in Georgia with his family, his parents and his wife's family were all there in Georgia. And all of a sudden, they say they miss the Bay Area and they move back to the Bay Area. And it's like senior softball games called it before he even moved. They said, got word they're moving back to the Bay Area and Buster's going to take over the Giants. And it wasn't but a little over a year, maybe a year and 2 or 3 months, it happened. And when Buster Posey took the reins, when he overstepped Farhan, the president of baseball operations, as an owner and stepped in and got the Chapman deal to the finish line, that was it. Right then and there, he announced, basically, I'm taking over this franchise and Farhan's out. I knew it at that point that Farhan was done. He was you don't do that. That was, and then they acted like, oh, they didn't know Farhan was going to go and all that. And Posey said, I don't know I was even going to take over. This was just, within the last couple days. No, they totally botched that. They could have had a search. They could have searched for an actual real president of baseball operations. Heck, if they would have brought Ned Colletti in, this team would be so much further along right now. But Johnny, if you need an Adamas song, write one and send it to me. I don't have time to make Adamas songs. Do it. Suno AI. It's a free account. Go on your computer, AI, send it to me. I don't know if we retire the Tony Victory song or if we'll ever hear it. I don't know if when's the next time we might ever hear it. It's kind of, the one thing I'll tell you, I had Tony Basilio on from Knoxville right after the day Tony had his press conference in San Francisco. I had Tony Basilio on the show. And, the one thing, Tony Basilio knows Tony Vitello pretty well. He said the one thing that's going to really, he was concerned if Tony could handle the big leagues was the losses. He said the losses are he has a really difficult time with the losses. And it's yeah. I think you're right in saying it playing Tony Victory now. I think the Giants are going to need like a 5 to 7 game winning streak before we can bring back Tony Victory. And they'll get a 5 to 6 game winning streak going this year, but it's going to be it's not going to be soon. It's going to be sometime after they're 20 plus games under 500. So yeah, this team is NorCal loves the song. Yeah, it's got a good tune. But I don't know, man. Yeah, that's true, Brian. Greg Johnson, Larry Bear, the modern day McCourts. Yeah. LA Dodgers McCourts. Yeah, these guys, except the Johnsons actually do have money. They just don't want to spend it. Hey, speaking of money, guys, have you heard the owner's first offer? It was like $171 million floor with about a $246 million cap for a true salary cap. And the players were kind of wanting like around 175 million, but it was a soft cap. It was one that if teams don't make it to the floor, they get a tax penalty. And if they go over the ceiling, which was like 300 million, they get a tax. All right, here's what's going to happen. I think the union and baseball will eventually settle. I think the cap is going to be anywhere between 265 and 275 million. And I think the floor is going to come up to be about 185. Okay. And I think if they can meet there, it would be stupid of the players union not to take that deal, because everybody makes more money. Really, sure, the top stars, they'll still get their money, but they might not all be on one team. They might have to spread them out a little bit. And, but, if you had a $275 million cap, that's plenty of money for most teams to still have 3-4 stars, right? I mean, if 4 guys are making 30 million, that's still 120 million. You still have another 155 million if the cap's 275. Come on. You can have a lot of guys making good money still. But what it'll do is it'll spread the contracts out over other good teams. And then you have to have revenue sharing and all of that. So we'll see where this thing goes. But if you want to get like the NFL, I don't think baseball union would ever go for getting rid of guaranteed contracts. I don't know, but we'll see where this goes. Dallas, come back. I need Dallas so I can get up and, hey, no fair. Dallas gets these breaks, man. I need a break. What about deferred payments, Mark? Yeah, I think deferred payments. Look, my feeling on deferred payments, defer all you want. Like the Ohtani deal, 70 million deferred. You can defer all that and pay the team whenever you want, but all 70 million counts toward the cap, not this 46 million that the Dodgers are getting away with right now. You want to defer the money? Fine. If that's how your pocketbooks work, but 70 million, all of it whatever the contract he's getting paid, that counts toward the cap that year. Period. So whatever the contract is, and if you no more of this deferred gimmicks where you get to reduce what it is. Okay, Dom will be giving out nobody likes it bumper stickers pregame 6 to 8 to the first 500 folks I see at 3rd and King. Better giveaway than team. Yes, bumper stickers. I love it. That's awesome. That's awesome, Dom. That'll be great. What on June 8th? Okay, June 8th, 500 bumper stickers. Man, if I was in the Bay Area, I'd wear one, but I'm wear one. I'd put one on my bumper. But the fact that I'm in Arizona, people probably wouldn't care.
Here I am.
Here you are, and here I go. I got to take a couple of allergy pills. I'll be right back.
All right. I'll hold down the fort here.
All right.
Yeah, so I was listening to what Dan was saying there, and whoa, too close. I think that it'll be interesting to see where this goes with the salary cap thing. I mean, if you're the players union, you've got a pretty sweet deal with without the cap, so it would have to be, I don't know. I would be very careful if I was the players union to accept that salary cap, because it gives a lot of power to the owners to be able to juke the numbers later on. So right now, in order to get the cap installed, the owners are going to offer them a kind of a sweet deal. They might even give them a little extra money as far as the floor goes. So they'll actually be paying out more money just to get the thing across the finish line. But what's going to happen later on is that as money revenues go up, they're going to be able to control that cap and keep it at, those salaries at a reasonable level. And so I don't know. I think, all the other sports pretty much have a salary cap in place, and baseball has it pretty good not having that. But so I would be, if I was the players union, I would be very careful about that. I do think it's probably, there will be a work stoppage. I think that's going to happen. I think they're pretty far apart here as far as what's going to be agreed to. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, interesting that they're starting to throw numbers around and starting to get into these discussions at this point. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. So let's see what we got in the chat here. I don't think there's any chance Larry Bear gets fired. I think he's doing the owner's bidding, and he does a fine job as far as they're concerned. So I don't think that's going to be that's on the table. I think we've got many more years of Larry Bear on our side here, working for the team. Wants to see the Giants become victorious again. Johnny's tons of comments tonight. Everyone I click on, it's Johnny. Dallas, if Tony bats Adames leadoff again this year, fire him. They're going to. I mean, I think probably they switch back to Lee, but now that he's come back and he's shown that he's still in good shape, but we'll see here. Hey Dan, you want to hop back on here? You're muted.
Are we playing musical chairs?
Yeah, we're playing musical chairs. I just threw some hamburgers on. I got to go flip them before they burn.
It's 10 o'clock. Hamburgers at 10. Nice.
I know. I got some hungry teenagers downstairs.
There you go. Yeah, that sounds like a teenager on a Friday night. Absolutely. Are they on the grill?
Yeah, they're on the grill. I got to.
Dang, I want one. Man, I might go throw a burger on the grill right now. I just might do that. I've got burgers ready to go on the grill. Grass-fed beef. That's right. Grass-fed burgers. Yeah, guys, it's rough. How are we doing on the likes, by the way? Let me take a peek here. See how you guys did. How did you guys do? We have hold on here. Oh, come on. That can't be right. I'm gonna reboot it. I think it was off. Let me take a peek here. What do we got? I got to do it on my phone. Sorry, guys. So I'm just doing it right here. All right. We've got in the chat here. It's got to go through its little ad. All right. We got 163 watching, 107 likes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Hey, look, I can see myself right there. Look at that. 107 likes. So there's still another 60 or so that need to hit the like button. Go ahead and do that, those 60 of you. Burgers at 1 a.m. here is way too late, Giorgio. Where are you at? You're on the East Coast, Gregorio? Gregorio Elefante. Are you got to be 1 o'clock? You're definitely in the Eastern time zone. How many Larry Bears does it take to turn on a light bulb? Wow. 108 likes. Nice. There they go. Okay, Gregorio, where are you at? What part of the East Coast you? I used to live in Connecticut for about 7 years. In Philly. Okay. You're fly, Eagles, fly, right? You're Phillies. Are you a Philly fan or just a Giants fan transplanted in Philly? Because the Phillies are doing pretty well, although let me see how they did tonight. I had Zach Wheeler on the mound, and they had given up 2 home runs. Let me see how that finished with Zach. I'm afraid to look because Zach Wheeler, oh, shoot, he took the loss. 6 innings. A little rough night. Oh, my pitching staff, a little rough tonight. Jeez. Okay. All right. Well, Phillies took it on the chin in LA, and hopefully the Phillies can bounce back. So, Giants and 49ers fan. Very good. Very good. Well, we'll see how our Niners do. It's going to be Niner season much earlier in the Bay Area this year. We're coming up on June 1st, Monday. We're just a little over a month away from camp opening in July. When does that's basically we're going to be looking for the draft and see San Francisco 49ers summer camp. When does that start? It starts training camp. Let's see. Training camp starts when? July 23rd. Okay, so just under 2 months for camp, but it's going to come faster because there's nothing to OTAs. Yeah, OTAs did just start. They're not going to have any nothing to talk about for the Giants, right? Nothing to talk about. Maybe I should put a Colorado. I can't put a Colorado hat on now. Gosh, when am I going to put the Giants cap back on? Jeez, I got to fix the standings up there too. I know the hats are way off. Let's take a look at let's take a look together at the standings if we can here. Let me see if I can find them on the Giants roster broadcast fan. Let's see if we got standings. Here we go. All right. Let's take a look at around baseball, see what's happening. Okay. In the West, the Giants are just a game and a half above the Rockies, 22-35. The Braves running away with the National League East. The Central, Brewers are starting to put some room between them and St. Louis. Cubs have been a funky team. Do you know the Cubs, guys? They lost tonight, but they had won 10 in a row this year, twice, and they just a couple days ago broke a 10-game losing streak. So in like 55 games, they had 2 10-game winning streaks and a 10-game losing streak. Think about that. The whole National League Central above 500. Do we have run differential here? Okay. Run differential. Look at the run differential. The Dodgers plus 122, the Giants minus 56. That might be the second worst or third worst, 56. Third worst in baseball. Only the Rockies and the Angels are worse than the Giants. And the Giants, you know what? I'm going to flip this over to a different screen for you guys. I'm going to pull up the ESPN because they have the standings overall. By the way, if you're a hockey fan, the Carolina Hurricanes, formerly the Hartford Whalers, where I used to live, are going to the Stanley Cup Finals. They defeated the Montreal Expos, the Canadiens, the Montreal Canadiens, 6-1 tonight for a 4-1 series, and they're going to take on the Las Vegas Knights, Golden Knights, as the what's going on? Did they sweep that series, the Golden Knights, or did they? I thought they did. Four 4-0. So let's pull up the standings, shall we? Here for let's pull up the standings. Major League Baseball. All right. What do you guys want to see? You know what I want to show you guys? I want to show you overall. How about if I show you overall? Okay, look at that. We got the Braves a game and a half over the Dodgers for the best record in baseball. Tampa 2 back. Milwaukee right there again with a low payroll. They figure out how to do it. Yankees 5th, 3.5. Guardians, look at them, another low payroll team. Look, why are we not stealing from teams like Tampa, Milwaukee, and Cleveland? Why are we relying on I know we got Justin Message from Milwaukee, but I'm talking about scouts and player development. Teams that know how to get the right type of players, draft the right type of players. Here's the Giants. They're just a game and a half ahead of the Rockies for the worst record in all of baseball. Did they lose again? Wow, the Tigers had a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 9th tonight, and they choked. You know what, guys? See the Tigers down there? Where does Tariq Skubal? I want to hear from you in the chat. Where does Skubal end up? Because the Tigers look like they're done. I don't know if in the American League Central, it's not that great of a division. So they're only, they're 11 and a half out. That's quite a bit. Take that to the Giants. The Giants are 15 out already. 15 out. If you want to look at the wild card situation with just the Giants, why not? They're 9 games out, which is not insurmountable. That's the only thing, unfortunately, that what kind of sucks is it gives crappy teams hope, and so they don't make a decision to say, "Gosh, we're pretty crappy. We better do something." Yeah. Oh no, we can get back into this.
Yeah, but if you're going to get back into it, you need to win games. If you keep losing, and you need to sweep series. You've been swept 5 times this year. You have swept nobody. So, 3-game series, 5 games, that's 15 games you've lost on sweeps. If you're going to start getting back into this, you at least have to right the ship and start playing good baseball. And we haven't seen that. So I don't know. It's it's possible to get back in it. It's possible to win 10 in a row and be right back in the mix. But, not if you're playing this bad, it's not possible to win 10 in a row. You actually have to have the team to do it. And right now there's too many holes. The ship is sinking and the holes are, you can't plug them all.
Yeah.
You can plug Hector Borg. That's one hole you plugged. Good job. But the water is rushing in from a lot of other holes, and there's not an easy fix for that.
Right. You know what I want to find here? Let me see if I can find it here. I'm going to see if I can pull up their website. Odyssey. Let's see. Is this the website I'm looking for? I know that Dan O'Dowd was on the radio earlier today with, I think he was with Shasky, and I wanted to play that clip if I could find it.
Did you get that super, Dan, while I was out?
You know what? Let me grab that real quick here. JB Down Under, Angels and Giants works organizations in baseball. What's the common factor between these two teams? The Managian brothers. Yep. The Managian brothers both run 2 of the worst teams in baseball. And that just tells you that not sure if Buster knows exactly what's going on. We are a Ben Rice injury away from speeding up this rebuild. Talking about the Yankees, maybe. If Ben Rice was to go down or something like that, they might be calling for Rafi Devers. Yeah, get somebody injured. Key team that's trying to win it all this year. Look, Devers used to hit well in Yankee Stadium. He'd probably love to be a Yankee. I don't think he's enjoying being out in San Francisco. I don't look. I can't speak for Rafi. I don't know him. I don't know his mindset. But if I was Rafi Devers, I would absolutely hate having to play in San Francisco. Just the ballpark kills the cold. Yeah, it's just not a great place to play. What was I looking for? Oh, I was looking for this interview, and I'm trying to find it. Hold on, guys. This could take me a bit. May 27th. I don't know how to find it. If anybody knows where it's at. It was with Dan O'Dowd. I was trying to find the clip. Where was I looking the other day? Darn it. I was looking at it. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry about this. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to. See if I can find it here. Would the Giants rather be the White Sox? 7 days ago. I need something from this morning. Giants breed? No. Okay. I don't think I'm going to find it. All right. Too many things to look through. But anyway, I haven't been able to hear the interview, and I wanted to hear it. I wanted to hear what Dan O'Dowd had to say because he was talking about the need that the Giants needed to get rid of Devers. So they were talking. He was saying you got to move off of Devers, and I wanted to hear it. If anybody heard it, let me know. What would I do if I was the GM of the Giants? Could you ask me if I was the owner? Because as a GM, I don't know how much I'm going to change it if I was running the Giants, if I owned it, because I don't think the GM actually has as much say as, what they want to do with the club. So I would, if I was the owner, if I came in, I would look at the whole operation and say, okay, who's in place, who's here, who's there, what do we got to do? Probably my first move would be Larry Baer. Thank you for your service. You've been here a long time, but here's your thank you. Goodbye. Go mess up another team. I don't know. He'd be probably my first guy. Of course, Johnson's out of the way because I've taken over everything. So I get rid of Larry Baer. And I get me somebody that's actually not so annoying to listen to. And I'm going to bring in some experienced baseball people to help run the front office. And I'm going to put together a team, and I'm going to put together guys like Ned Colletti, and I'm going to have him help me pick a successor because Ned's not going to want to do it forever. Maybe, and then I get some young executive coming up through Tampa Bay or Milwaukee, Cleveland, somebody that's used to knowing how to run an organization, go find young talent, get those people running my operation. I'm not going to just stick to all these old Giants ways. The 2010 through 16 group, it's time to move on from some of these guys. Look, yeah, I'm fine with the history and all that, but the game's changed. The game's drastically different than it was when the Giants won their World Series. So you got to, Dom's got it right. You got to look at how to run a business. And, I think if the Giants were willing to just separate the baseball operations, if they wanted to keep their real estate project and just sell the park and the team, you want to keep Mission Rock? Go ahead. Keep your Mission Rock. Not going to have to pay I'm not going to pay $4.8 billion or $5 billion, whatever the team's worth, if you're not getting Mission Rock, maybe the team's only worth like $3 billion. I don't know, but the Giants should be able to work that out. Immaculate Grid. I have played that. I've done that on the show, Justin. I have done Immaculate Grid on the show. You know what? I have enjoyed that. Let me see. Immaculate Grid baseball. We have done that. Ooh, how to play. Immaculate Grid. Select a player for each cell that matches the criteria. Okay. Let's see if we can do this together. All right. This is the one that popped up here for the team. Okay. Let's see if we can do this. Hold on one sec here, guys. All right. Is this up here and running? Let me see. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's take a look at Immaculate Grid here together. All right. Let me pull this up. All right. Here we go. Immaculate Grid. Hold on. Come on. Get out of here. All right. We got Hall of Fame on the left column. That would be the Mets. Right? Do we go Hall of Fame? Wait. Hall of Fame this way, guys? Because I can think of Hall of Fame. We could go Tom Seaver. We could go Hank Aaron here. Hall of Fame is Toronto. What do we? Mets, Toronto. Help me out here with this bottom square. I need some help there. You could put Roberto Alomar on the top left. Okay. Let's see. You could put Roberto Alomar on the top left or bottom left. Okay, because I have to go to a different screen than what. Okay, so top left here, bottom left. Okay. Hall of Fame is Toronto. Okay, I got it. Toronto right there. All right, so let's go Roberto Alomar right there. 15%. All right, we could go Hank Aaron here, right? We can go Hank Aaron here. There's other guys we could go with, but let's go with Hammer. Wait, hold on. Wait a second, guys. Let me ask you something. Is the key to the game to get somebody that's obvious or somebody that's not so obvious to get more points? Do I want to get like somebody in it that's got a lower percentage or a higher percentage? Least obvious, more points. Okay. So Atlanta, Hall of Fame. We know that like what? Greg Maddux, Hank Aaron's going to be huge there. How about somebody like Eddie Matthews? Would that be a good way to go? Eddie Matthews with Atlanta? No, not Hall of Fame. Wait a minute. What do we want on the top? Are Hall of Fames going across the bottom? And I'm confused. New York, 200 career pitching wins. Help me out, guys. Where's Dallas? He's the brain. And I have to switch back.
I'm here.
Okay.
I got to take off here soon, though.
All right. We're playing Immaculate Grid. I'm trying to figure this grid out. I got Hall of Fame on the bottom here for the Blue Jays. Does Hall of Fame go across the bottom all the way horizontally, or does it go up on the left column vertically?
Up across the bottom, I think.
So we want a Texas Ranger. We could go Nolan Ryan. The Mets and a Jays player on the bottom. Okay, hold on. The Mets. What? I am so confused. Hold on. I'm going back. The Mets. I've done this before, and it seems like it was easier.
John Olerud.
He's not a Hall of Famer.
Oh, it has to be a Hall of Famer.
What?
Roberto Alomar.
Already got him right there.
Oh, okay.
But chat. Top left is Mets and Jays. Top left is Mets and Jays. So somebody that played for both the Mets and the Jays? Is that how it works? Gosh, I'm this is not good. Dallas, if you got to head out of here, no worries. I know you got family details.
Yeah, I gotta get going.
All right. I'm gonna finish
see you
this
guys
and get out of here
tomorrow.
too. We'll be back tomorrow.
Okay.
Guys,
I removed you, Dan.
What's
You're
that?
back now. I accidentally removed you instead of me.
Oh, okay. Hey guys, help me with trying to figure out this square. I got Hall of Fame here on the bottom left. See, I'm going back and forth toggling between two screens, so I can't see the chat right now. I got to look at this bigger. What do I want? Mets, Jays, Carlos Delgado. Okay, so that's going to be in the top right here. Carlos Delgado. There we go, 7%. All right. Now, what is the Braves? Do we want a Braves? Does that mean a Braves Blue Jay? Do we want a Braves Blue Jay Hall of Famer that played for both teams? Braves. Okay, Justin, thank you. Braves and Blue Jay. Who played for the Braves Hall of Fame? Which player? Who played for the... Oh, just a player. Okay, not a Hall of Famer. Okay, just a player. Oh, okay, just a player. Fred McGriff. Yeah, there we go. Fred McGriff. But that's an obvious one. Is there one that's we can get more points? Blue Jays. Is there anybody? I'm trying to think of anybody that Phil Negro? He played for the Blue Jays? I don't remember that. That's weird. Tom Glavine played for the Mets and Braves. Yeah. We need Atlanta and Toronto, right? Atlanta, Toronto. Josh Donaldson didn't play for Atlanta, did he? Okay, let's go Phil Negro. That's going to be a... Oops. All right, 2%. That's a good one. Okay, now we're over here on Texas and the Mets, right? Just a player, right? We could go the pitcher right now for the Mets. With the Rangers. He was what's his name? Won the Cy Young with the Mets. He's with the Rangers now. Not Nathan Eovaldi, but help me out. No, there's another guy. DeGrom. Thank you. DeGrom. Jacob DeGrom. Let's go Jacob DeGrom. I think he'd be better than Nolan Ryan. Let's see. Nolan Ryan, though, could be good because he started out. What do you think, DeGrom or Ryan gets us better, guys? Because Nolan Ryan started out as a New York Met. Most people don't know that because he went from the Mets to the California Angels, where he spent a lot of his career there, and then he went to Houston, and he was with Texas. Who do you think is going to be better, Nolan Ryan or Jacob DeGrom? I think Jacob DeGrom's is too recent, don't you think? Let's go Nolan Ryan. Wait. We also have to get 200 plus wins. We also need 200 plus wins. We might want Nolan Ryan or Tom Seaver. Tom Seaver could be 200 wins. I think I'm going to go Nolan Ryan. What do you think, guys? Nolan Ryan right here? %. Okay, we got 5 guesses left. Atlanta, Texas. Atlanta, Texas. We need a player. Ooh. We need a player for Atlanta and Texas. Mark Teixeira played for, is he with Julio Franco? Julio Franco? I don't remember Franco with the Braves. Really? Franco, guys? We already used Phil Negro. We can't use him again. You guys like good call on Tex. Mark Teixeira on the played for Atlanta and Texas, guys? Or John Franco? What are we talking here? I'm seeing names. John Franco. I know it was the Mets. Or Julio Franco. Yeah, Julio Franco. Let's go. You guys want to go Mark Teixeira? Is that a good one, guys? Mark Teixeira. Do I get a thumbs up? Give me a text with a thumbs up, somebody. I only got 5 guesses. I don't remember Teixeira with Atlanta. Mark Teixeira. Justin Verlander. Not with the Braves, though. Verlander was the Mets and the Rangers. Come on, guys. I'm going to have to cheat myself then. Mark Teixeira. Hold on. Let me see. Tex did play with Atlanta. Okay. I'm looking this up. Yeah, he did. All right, there we go. I like that. Mark. Ooh, 25%. Shucks. Okay, Hall of Fame, Texas. Let's go Hall of Fame, Texas. We could go with Hall of Fame. A-Rod? No, he didn't make the Hall of Fame. That's right. He's not in the Hall of Fame. Ivan Rodriguez. Good one. Ivan Rodriguez. Pudge. I like that. Okay. All right. 200 plus career wins. What do you guys say? Tom Seaver? I don't know if, you know what? I'm going to look somebody else up and see if he made, I'm going to see if he had 200 wins. I'm going to find out. Give me a sec. Yep. I'm going to go this guy. I'm going to go somebody different. I'm going to go. Oops. What happened to my grid? How's that, guys? Jerry Kuzman. No cheating, Dom said. I had to look it up. Jerry Kuzman. Okay. I need Atlanta Braves 200. Greg Maddux. We can go Greg Maddux with the Braves 200. Or is that a player? Wait a minute. What is this a 200 plus win? Career pitching. Hold on. What's going on? Is this whole column? Yeah, this is a 200 plus win guy. Correct? With Atlanta. 200 plus win Atlanta. We got Greg Maddux. We already used Phil Negro. How about Chris Sale? Does he have 200 wins yet? I don't know. I don't think he does. I don't think Chris Sale's there. We know Maddux is there for sure. Tom Glavine, Smoltz. Yeah, Maddux is going to give you you're not going to get as many points with Maddux, right? You're probably going to get the most points with Smoltz, or what about Tom Glavine? Did he have 200 wins? I'm not sure. Spencer, come on. I'm relying on the chat. You know what? Don Sutton, good one, senior. Don Sutton had over 300 wins. That's a good one. Don Sutton. I bet you people didn't. I wonder how many people picked Don Sutton because they see him more as a. I'm going to go with Sutton because I think people see him more as a Dodger. Oh, Sutton was wrong. What? Did he not play for the Braves? Wait a minute. I hit Don Sutton. Why did it not work? All right, we'll just go Tom Glavine. We'll go Glavine. 219. Shoot. What did we miss? Why was Don Sutton? He didn't pitch for the Braves. Why did you throw that at me, senior? Don't trust A's fans. Oh, you know what? Don Sutton's, he was like announcing for the Braves. You got me. Ay. Shoot. We missed it. It won't let me do the last one. All right, senior, he was an announcer for the Braves. You get you get a ban for 2 weeks for that one. 2-week ban from NorCal Sports Network for throwing off the entire game. All right. We'll try and do that more often, the Immaculate Grid. I like that. I used to do that on the show. So, look, we got to do something for entertainment. We can't talk Giants baseball for an hour and 45 minutes. That's for darn sure. We all needed a laugh. That's right. Don Sutton. Come on, senior. They're getting on senior. I'm not a Sac A's fan anymore. I'm a Sac Bears fan now. Hey, yeah. Sacramento had its guys, did you check? Hey, senior, did you check out the Brody Brazil YouTube deal on the A's? Check out Brody Brazil. I meant to send you that earlier today. Brody Brazil did a deal on the Sacramento. Oh, cool. Yeah, the A's, or Sacramento, I should say, did a great presentation. I believe it was yesterday. They've got the funding. They've got a place for the ballpark. They've got renderings for a stadium. They're ready to go. They're gonna have, they get a principal owner like Joe Lacob. Wow, look out. Yeah. Let's hope the Giants don't get all butthurt and try to control the whole area and vote against it. Senior was at the announcement. Senior, you got to run for mayor of West Sac. Run for mayor, man. There we go. All right, guys. No Tony victory. Giants can't do anything. Good. Yeah. It'd be nice for Sac. It would be really good. They'd probably, you know what? It wouldn't shock me. I'll say it right here, NorCal Sports Network, May 29th, 2026. If Sacramento gets a expansion franchise, would not shock me for Sacramento to win a World Series before the Giants do. And I definitely think the Las Vegas A's win a World Series before the Giants do. Yeah. So the only way the Giants get there is if they end up getting completely new ownership group and a real front office. And these guys are clowns. Sorry to say it, but what happens if the A's end up staying in Sac and the whole Las Vegas thing is just a Major League Baseball sham? Like maybe they get the expansion team. I don't know. Yeah, Joe Lacob. We'll see, man. Hey guys, I'm ready to get out of here.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh, we can play that.
Yeah.
We'll play this one out.
Serious softball games, we back that crowd. Insane sports takes fly all day. And Johnny Chisari got a lot to say. Willie Adam, he's on his mind. Mark Gravy Graves in the thread combined. Mod, who can't get enough of Tony victory. That's the kind of noise that writes the story. Robert Rothberg still believes Giants on the road to a ring, you see. NCSDL always in the mix, always contributing, always there to fix. NCSN, keep it on. NCSN, all night long. Harold Cuckoo, Sour Shoes, George Corey with the counterpoint moves. NCSN, say it loud. NCSN, that's the crowd. Dan along with the Miller bass. Philip Coppola sets the pace. Joe Boy says, tell everyone okay. Then the whole chat laughs and runs away. One more hot take. one more flip. Every message hits with a little more grip. It's a wild ride, but it all makes sense. Every name in the room adds weight and essence. You blink once, you miss the spark, then the next line lands and lights the dark. Robert still believes giants on the road to a ring, you see. NCSDL always in the mix, always contributing, always there to fix. NCSN, keep it on. NCSN,
Just help with the lyrics.
Sour shoes, George Corey, with the counterpoint moves. NCSN, say it loud. NCSN, that's the crowd. Dan along with the Miller bass. Philip Coppola sets the pace. From the softball field to the talk that swings. Every name in the circle brings what it brings. One big thread, one loud vibe. Everybody here keeps the whole thing alive. NCSN, keep it on. NCSN, all night long. Heroku, sour shoes, George Corey, with the counterpoint moves. NCSN, say it loud. NCSN, that's the crowd. Dan along with the Miller bass. Philip Coppola sets the pace. Joe Boyd says sell everyone okay, and we still stay here anyway. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night. And don't lose any sleep over the Giants losing, because you need sleep and they're going to keep losing. I'm telling you. Wouldn't shock me if Colorado sweeps them this weekend. I think Colorado definitely gets one more. 2 of the 3, and like I said, wouldn't shock me if they get swept. So just try to look at the bright side. The worse this thing gets, the better the future gets. Take care, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. Oh, we need a goodbye. Let's see if I got my goodbye here. I forgot that one. Hold on. I always got to give the John Miller goodbye. Here we go. Take care, everybody.